Good afternoon, everybody. Pirate Prepper here. Had a couple thoughts going through my head for about the last week or so, and trying to figure out the best way to talk about them or even look at them. And got to the point where I think I'm comfortable talking about it and bringing it up in a different way. So, with the economic situation we're looking at, potential shortages, historic recession, depression, call it what you will. If we look back in history, what were the things that happened during these times? What were the hardest things to get? What are the things the prices increased the most on? And when you combine those with what are the things that everybody needs and everybody uses day to day? And one of those things, one of those items, is spices. And getting beyond just salt, iodized, non-iodized, kosher, etc., etc. You have, of course, black pepper, which everybody has, but how much do you have? And then there's the rest of it. How much cayenne do you have? How much basil? How much garlic, powdered, granulated, fresh, jarred? How much onion, powdered, flakes, etc., etc. When you look at how many spices you use in a week when you're actually cooking as opposed to eating out, there's one of those things that unless you really think about it and quantify it, it's a hard quantity. Redundant speaking there. It's one of those things we don't think about until we're out of something. You know, you run out of tarragon. You run down to the grocery, you grab another little $3 container of it that's got a quarter ounce of tarragon in there, dried, and you go on. Well, with all that's happened, prices on spices have gone up. Availability of some spices has gone down already, and we're not even to the true shortages yet. So how much do you need for a year, or for 2, for 3? How much money can you save by buying in bulk from one of the little country stores, or an Amish store, or a Mennonite store, or one of the canneries from the Mormons have? How much can you put back cheaply versus buying minuscule amounts at $3, $4, $5 a jar that are tough to deal with as far as packaging, as well as space used by the packaging. You know, if you can buy a pound of garlic powder, throw an oxygen absorber in the package with it, and seal it, how long will that last? And if you can spend $7 for a pound of it versus the equivalent, $50 maybe, I don't know, from the grocery store, how much money do you save in the long run? So look at your recipes. Look at just what adding a little spice to that bowl of rice and beans you got. You know, red beans and rice is a great meal, but you got to have some flavor with it too. A little cayenne, a little pepper, a little this, a little that. What can you add inexpensively, in quantity, to your pantry, to your stockpile, that'll keep you going? Our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents in some cases, got through the Depression with a lot of simple foods, a lot of potatoes, a lot of eggs, a lot of rice, some of rice and beans, depending where you're at. And if you look at other channels like Clara's Kitchen, potatoes, onions, garlic were staples of the diet, and pasta, of course, because being Italian. So if we look at these staples that last, the stuff we're putting back or planning to put back or growing, what do we need to add to those so we don't get burned out? What flavors can we change by simply adding some spices? You change a few spices and Italian lasagna becomes Mexican taco lasagna. You don't have to make a lot of changes, but just changing that flavor profile can completely change dinner and make it new and exciting and different. Maybe not exciting, but better. So look around. Look for bulk spices. Even if it's just at Costco or Sam's Club. And I'm not getting any monetary kickback from any of those. Just look around. Talk to the local restaurant supply places. Get together with your friends and make a bulk order. Maybe your church does it. I don't know. But take some time. It goes along with that last video of do something. Take a few minutes. Look at what you actually use as far as spices and what you can add to that to increase your flavor palette. So you're not eating the same thing day in, day out and getting the same flavors. You know, a little Thai spices, some Indian spices. Change it up. You don't have to make serious changes, but curry, will make a dramatic difference in a lot of different foods. So, as before, look around. Do something. Take a few minutes today to make tomorrow better. Plan for the day after tomorrow. Keep working at it. Set things up to where it makes life for you easier, especially when things get hard. When you can't run to the store. When there's no store to run to. So, have a great one.